Welcome live, everyone, to DeVos Fieldhouse. Game number 2 for us, partner. 2 nights of MSU great. My name is Brett Bakita. We just finished up a wonderful women's game at Van Noord Arena. Hope, if you didn't hear, did pull it out over Calvin 60-57. But now we get set on the men's side, the rematch. And just 10 days ago, we covered this at Van Noord Arena at Calvin University. Heck of a basketball game, 69-61. The Knights pull it out, but second place is on the line for the MIAA. They're both chasing Trine University, which is not familiar for these schools. Usually the winner of this one has the upper seat when it comes to getting the MIAA conference tournament and hosting it, but Trine University has beaten both these squads.
Yeah, this is a huge game about halfway through the MIAA conference season, so whoever can win this game still is in striking distance of Trine, because they'll get them one more time before the season closes up.
Because it's in recent memory too, Drew, we go back to that game. Neither team really shot the ball well from behind the arc, which is typical for Calvin and Hope to shoot the ball well. I mean, that's what I grew up with. That's what you grew up with. I think that'll be a different story tonight. But then how do you see the defenses changing a little bit? I thought Hope could have maybe gotten after Calvin's guards a little bit more. They're very talented, obviously, with Warman and Dykehouse. And then the bigs did a pretty good job against Overway, who, by the way, went for 42, a career high last Saturday against Elma. So he can get loose.
Absolutely. I think the Hope guards, Hope was trailing pretty much that whole game 10 days ago at Calvin. So I think those guards in the fourth quarter, they really turned their pressure up, got back in the game by turning Calvin over, some inexperienced guards, and really no true point guard for Calvin University. And if you're Calvin, I think you got to keep going into the big fella. They're going to send the double team, but Jalen Overway is such a good playmaker with the basketball in his hands, can read the defense, see over, and set up his teammates when the double team comes. So we'll see how they attack and make adjustments after just a week off.
And as we saw in the women's game, and you see it in the men's game too, how important this scene is. Home court advantage. You have to get off to a great start in this game, don't you?
Absolutely, and I hope there is a packed house. The game's been sold out for days now, so they're going to be ready to play, get a little revenge from losing 10 days ago, and try to feed off this crowd.
All right, you've heard from us. How about hearing from the coaches as far as the game preview tonight going into this one with that quick turnaround, Drew? Let's start first of all for the visiting Knights of Calvin and their head coach. Well, Jeff Phoebus, the SID at Calvin University, got a chance to sit down with Bill Saul, and here's what he had to say about the victory last time and what they expect tonight.
We're joined here by Calvin head men's basketball coach Bill Saul prior to Calvin Hope round 2. And you're coming off a tough 3-point loss to Trine University on Wednesday night, and you're playing Hope for the second time in 10 days. What can you tell us about your team right now, how you're trying to put things together, continue to evolve, and get ready for this game this Saturday?
Yeah, it's a tough back-to-backer. We spent a lot of energy on Wednesday, and again going into Hope, a really hostile environment. They certainly, when you win the first one, you know what you're going to get in that second game in a rivalry. We have to recover physically and also recover mentally, and on a short turnaround, get ready to play a really, really good basketball team.
Well, you kind of mentioned Hope. Second time in 10 days. They've played a couple of games since. What can you tell us about them in the last couple of games, and what do you anticipate from them on their home court?
Well, they're so tough and dynamic defensively. They're going to try to turn you over. Really good guards that are really going to get up in you, and I think they really live on getting those turnovers and also rebounding at a really high rate. So another physical basketball game, typical for the MIAA, but also in the rivalry, and we just have to come really more mentally prepared for what we're going to get and be able to overcome probably some adversity and be able to handle that.
Yeah, so you kind of alluded to it, but the keys to the game are mental toughness. Any other specific things you do?
Well, I think really mental toughness, and it's can you do a great job of keeping them out of the paint, right? I mean, and that's rebounding, that's dribble penetration, having great help side. I mean, all those defensive principles are just key. We're going to have to make some shots, as always, right? I mean, that's basketball. So we have to come with a full complement of what we have to do.
All right, very good. Good luck.
Thanks.
Right, so we heard the Calvin side of things, Drew. Now the two-headed monster that's to stop Jalen Overway is Tanner Wigerink out of West Ottawa. He is their leading scorer, coming in at 13 points per game. And then Gabe Quillen, their leading rebounder at 9 points per game, also can put up double points. But together defensively, the last couple of times we've seen them, they've done a good job of kind of at least holding down Jalen Overway. They're going to have to play big tonight.
Absolutely, and Tanner Wigerink, a guy who never caught rhythm in that first matchup at Calvin University, got in foul trouble early, never caught a rhythm, scored 10 points, but only played 16 minutes. So it's going to be key for him to get going early, catch a rhythm, and really help his team as the leading scorer.
And we know before we go to Greg Mitchell, all he had to do was maybe show him the game film last year. Remember, that was one of those where he said, guys, at Calvin University, second go around, we're going to give you a better performance. They did. They won at Calvin, then they beat him again in the tournament.
Yeah, so we'll see. They had a great performance against Calvin, trailed the whole game, but we're right there. So need to make some shots. They shot terribly from beyond the arc, 2 for 22 in that first matchup. So if they can get a few to fall here, get the crowd behind them, I think it might be a different story.
All right, here is host sports information director at Hope College, Alan Babbitt, a little bit earlier with head coach Greg Mitchell about the matchup.
Greg, you guys coming off a nice win here at home against Albion on Wednesday. What do you take from that game into this rematch with Calvin?
Biggest thing is just knowing how to win again. It was a tough week against Calvin and Trine. Most important, I thought we played much more like us. I thought we were quicker in transition. The ball moved a lot better, and did a good job on the glass and keeping the turnovers down. So those are certainly key things that are in our control, and felt pretty good about that last night.
Kind of the schedule quirk where you're playing each other, in basically 10-day span.
Yeah.
With a scouting report, is there much that changes, or what do you evaluate from since you last played them?
Not a whole lot changes. I think it's all about execution, and I think if you look at the difference between 10 days ago and Saturday, it's going to be who throws the first punch. I thought they threw the first punch at their place, and we've got to make sure we come out ready to roll. Ball's got to move a little bit better. Players have to move a little bit quicker. We've got to occupy space more effectively than we did at their place. But I'll double down on the toughness piece. We've got to make sure we come out throwing some haymakers right away.
And then other keys to the victory, obviously battle the boards. You got to deal with Jalen Overway coming off a big game against Trine. What are your keys to victory for Hope?
I mean, Jay is tough, and we've done a pretty good job against him. But he's so good. He can take over games in a short period of time. So we just got to be locked in defensively and stay within our system, stay within what we're trying to do. And offensively, just play with conviction. You're confident because you put time in the gym, but conviction is that next level where you really believe you need to take the shot, make the play, because of everything goes into us being good. And I just want to play with great conviction. And be on the other side of the ledger by the time that game's over.
Thanks, Greg. Good luck today.
You betcha. Thanks.
Welcome back courtside. Thanks to both coaches and SIDs for putting those pieces together. Couple of game notes right before we tip off and get our starting lineups through. Owen Barnato is going to be out, coming off a career high that he matched 21 points and the loss to Trine. But he was a guy that I thought would be an X factor. He's in street clothes tonight, concussion protocol.
Yeah, he's really been playing well, shooting the ball. We saw it in that first matchup, knocked down a couple threes, 5 triples in that last game, so that he's going to be severely missed for Calvin. They're really going to have to get some other guys to step up, carry some of that scoring load, and replace that, what he offers to this team.
And what about the young point guards? And they do it kind of by committee. They're going to have to play well on the road tonight, because I expect Hope College, like we talked about, to come after them a little bit more defensively.
Yeah, I would see the athleticism and the quickness of the Hope guards try to get inside the guards of Calvin, turn them over, get this crowd into the game. Luca Ressler, the freshman Jordan Scott, his first rivalry game on the road, Jordan Scott that is. He's been playing better as of late, but how is he going to handle this atmosphere, this kind of pressure in this environment?
Well, minutes away from the tip-off and the starting lineups here at DeVos Fieldhouse. It's the second go-around of the regular season. Hope and Calvin, and it's coming up live on the Hope Sports Network.
Custer Insurance Agency is a proud sponsor of Hope Athletics.
Give the gift of flowers from Heisman Flowers, offering green plants, tabletop centerpieces, and breathtaking floral arrangements of all different shapes, sizes, and colors. Celebrate your next event with us or give a gift to that special someone. Offering nationwide same-day flower delivery. Visit us online at HeismanFlowers.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Seth Palmer, an ears, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist, and a 2002 graduate of Hope College.
And I'm Dr. Rich Straving, a fellow ear, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist, and a 1996 graduate of Calvin University.
Hope fan
or Calvin fan,
we are on the same team serving your needs.
With 6 locations throughout West Michigan,
we've got your medical concerns covered.
A smile, the universal hello. A friendly welcome and a sign of confidence. A simple smile can brighten someone's day. At MIAA Dentistry, we design beautiful smiles for the whole family. We strive to meet your individual goals with the latest technology to give you a healthy, lasting smile. MIAA Dentistry, where smiles begin. Proud partners of Hope Athletics.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture, everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if able, we ask you to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Holland Police Department Honor Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome Miss Genesis Clark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Genesis Clark.
We're going to skate to one song only.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for today's MIAA contest between the Knights of Calvin University and your Hope College Flying Dutchmen. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Knights at one forward, a 6'4" senior from Huntley, Illinois, number 0, Uchenna Egakeza. And at one forward for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'7" senior from Holland, number 5, Tanner Wiggering. At one forward for the Knights, a 6'6" senior from Wheaton, Illinois, number 20, Marcus Bolt. And at one forward for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'5" freshman from Shelby, number 24, Parker Hovey. Starting at center for the Knights, a 6'10" sophomore from Holland, number 4, Jalen Overway. And at center for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'9" junior from Ada, number 33, Gabe Quillen. At one guard for the Knights, a 6'3" sophomore from Caledonia, number 5, Luca Ressler. And at one guard for the Flying Dutchman, a 5'11" senior from Zeeland, number 0, Clayton Dykehouse. And at the final guard spot for the Knights, a 6'3" freshman from Plymouth, number 12, Jordan Scott. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutchman, a 5'10" sophomore from Lansing, number 2, Marcus Warman. Calvin University is coached by Bill Saul. Hope College is coached by Greg Mitchell. Your officials this evening, Brett Wajenke, Mike Pavlich, and Andrew Otten.
If that doesn't get you fired up, Drew Neitzel, I don't know what will. Darren Dijstermars on the PA. Your starting five for Hope and Calvin, round 2 of the regular season. And who are a couple of players, one to on each side to watch in our broadcast tonight?
It's the battle of the big men here tonight. You talk about a Gabe Quillen leading the MIAA in rebounds, just a shade under 10 per game. And then how about the big fella Jalen Overweight leading the conference in scoring at 21.5 points per game. So that matchup on the interior, the guards, the quickness of the guards from Hope and the size of the guards from Calvin should be a great matchup.
All right, that was Wiggerink on the tap with Overway. Wins it, taps in the backcourt, and here we go. Hope in their home white. Dykehouse with the basketball. And just down the road, Zeeland West High School. High low to Quillen and Wiggerink. Wiggerink in those foul trouble. Tries to muscle it up. No, gets his own rebound. Put back. Oh, got it in. Thought he might have done it too hard. A little bit of adrenaline rush on both sides.
Absolutely, and that's the guy we talked about in the pregame. Struggled in their loss just 10 days ago, but go-to guy, Coach Mitchell goes right into him. Get that confidence going early for Tanner Wiggerink.
You can hear the Duke crew across the way in orange and blue. The Hope College student section is Marcus Bolt trying to back his way down. Kicks it out. And how about Scott getting the start tonight, the freshman point guard. Jordan Scott, and as he tries to muscle his way in, very impressed with him in the first outing just 10 days ago, really coming on and into his game. When you look at his season average, it's only 5 points per game, but he's around 8 or 9 in the last about 2 weeks.
And he's a talented kid. I mean, stepping in here in the starting lineup in this environment, we'll see what he has, but had some tremendous plays in that last game at home, but definitely a talented player for Coach Saul and going to have a fantastic career.
So it's Scott, Overway, Bolt, Egekeza, the senior, and Luca Ressler. Scott missed them both. Rebound cleared by Gabe Quillen. As Drew mentioned, he does so well. He's a rebounding machine. It's Dykehouse, little Michigan State weave out front with Warman. Both good defensively as well, but can attack the basket with the dribble. Wiggerink to Quillen. Quillen against Overway. Got knocked off the block a little bit. Now coming around the corner against Ressler. Strong move and a lead. Oh, slam! Tanner Wiggerink, and that was set up by Parker Hoovey.
And you can see it in the eyes of the Hope Flying Dutch. They have bringing a different attitude, a different intensity level to this game already.
Want to correct myself. Hovey, Parker Hovey with the assist as the triple try by Scott from the left wing. No. 4-0 Hope off to that great start we talked about. So important, it seems like, in these rivalry games, especially when you're playing at home. Keep the crowd in it. Warman against Egekeza. Battle of zeros on their jersey in that matchup. Gets it to Quillen, short-armed it. Good job by Overway with the rebound. Hand off to Egekeza. Speaking of athletes, when he gets in transition, look out. You saw it there right around his man. Nice lead for Ressler. Couldn't finish with the left hand. Out in transition, up ahead. That's Hovey. Shut down by Marcus Bolt. Both teams going man-to-man pressure. High-low, down-low to Wiggerink. Looking to see what's around him, working against Ressler. And foul going to be called against Luca Ressler. The Calvin student section to our left behind their bench didn't like the call, but a little bit of contact underneath. I agree with the official.
Again, going into Tanner Wiggerink, that is their key. Get him involved early, and their leading scorer. Good sign so far for the Flying Dutch.
It's a tough matchup, but we know Luca Ressler's up for it. He's a great defender. Giving up some size. Couple of local products there. Wiggerink off to a great start. He did not have that 10 days ago, as Drew mentioned, then battled foul trouble early on.
And not only are they missing Varnado's scoring, but also his rebounding and size. A fantastic athlete, can guard out on the perimeter, but also on the inside. So going to have to make up a lot here on the road.
Yeah, because he goes about 6'4", 6'5", very athletic. So thus Ressler having to match up with Wiggerink. 1 of 2 for Tanner. Mentioned local product out of West Ottawa. Luca Ressler out of Grand Rapids Catholic Central High. Overway, big fella, has added that to his game. Can't knock down the triple there. Long carom out to Dykehouse.
And I think Hope will live with that if he wants to launch threes early in the shot clock.
Pretty move that time with a spin through traffic. Clayton Dykehouse with a finish. Calvin off to a rough start. Triple try, rounded out by Ressler. Rebound Wiggerink, 1 and done for the Knights. In transition, Dykehouse up the right sideline. Packed house here at DeVos Fieldhouse. Wiggerink Left side, Hovey, nice dribble and lead for Quillen. And that's going to force a Bill Saul timeout, but twice we've seen Parker Hovey set up with a dribble penetration and lead for the big man for a dunk.
A perfect start to this game for Hope, sharing the basketball, getting easy to at the rim. This crowd is alive.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here on the Hope Sports Network. 16:51 left to go first half, and there you see on the highlight, nice draw of the defender by Hovey. Overway had to come over, and that left it for a wide open Quillen dunk.
Yeah, sometimes when you come into these environments, right, you're just not ready for that first punch, and that can decide the whole game. We saw that on the women's side a little bit. They dig themselves a deep hole on the road, and then they just can't make up for it.
You know who's happy? Greg Mitchell, because remember a year ago it was Calvin that just stormed out and got that huge lead in the first half, and Hope couldn't recover, but Hope got the last laugh, as we talked about in our pregame, winning 2 of the last 3.
Absolutely.
9-0 Hope. 16:51 left to go. Remember, Hope coming into this game, 13-5 overall, 5-2 in the MIAA standings. That's third place by themselves. A game behind Calvin, who beat them at Van Noord Arena just 10 days ago. They're at 6-1 in the MIAA, 16-2 overall, ranked number 4 in the country, by the way. Calvin at Overway throws it away. Step in steal by Warman against Bolt, floats through the air and lays it up and in. Marcus kind of laid off that time, but there you see the athleticism of those 2 guards.
That's a danger zone already if you're Calvin. Right there, going to the big fella, get him going. Jalen Overway, a good free throw shooter, so pound the basketball into him. They're getting every time down, I would feed him.
Yep.
Good things are going to happen, whether he can go one-on-one, attack the double team, kick it out to shooters, cutters coming off the post. So he's got to be the focal point on the offense, whether they double or not.
And Drew, as we saw in that replay, that is what Greg Mitchell and his coaching staff, Ken George, and the assistants have come up with. He draws a lot of attention, but it's an automatic, pretty much double team with Quillen or you can hear the rim mics here. Knocks down both free throws, 11-2. Talk about a guy, we'll get to this in a little bit, who grew up in the rivalry. It is Jalen Overway in more ways than one.
Yeah, how about a guy coming back to the Holland area for the rival school?
But his dad, Jeff Overway, played at Calvin.
Absolutely.
Jumper, look at the elevation and knocking down the 16-footer by Warman.
How about just being back at home, the friendly rims? They couldn't get anything to fall in that first game, but on fire, as we saw the Hope women off to a hot start earlier this afternoon.
Marcus Warman out of the capital city, East Lansing High. He's a heck of an athlete. Only a sophomore for Greg Mitchell. And the Flying Dutchman. Overway gives it up. Out left wing. Wrestler, shot clock down to 5, down to 4, kicks it out. Bolt, deep 3. No, but fouled. You heard the shot clock go off, and coming out to challenge that time was Wager. And that's going to be a foul, 3 shots after. And that'll get us to our first immediate timeout. What a start for the Hope Flying Dutchman at home. 15:22 left to go here first half. Hope 13, Calvin 2, and you're watching it live right here on the Hope Sports Network. Welcome back courtside. Brett Bakita along with Drew Neitzel. Want to thank our crew tonight. Of course, it starts with host SID Alan Babbitt to our right. He's directing traffic. Jeff Phoebus did the same earlier today for the women's game for Calvin. But executive producer Phil Blau, producer Freddie Velasquez, director Audrey Woolman, sound Steve Secor, camera 1, Ellen Bofscher, camera 2, Joseph D'Amico, and camera 3, Floyd Mings. Couldn't do it without our crew tonight. 15:22 left to go here first half. 13-2 Hope over Calvin. And after that first media timeout, let's start with the Hope side. Obviously positive. Greg Mitchell has to like the way his team is attacking on both ends.
Yeah, keep pushing the tempo, right? Feed off this momentum, this energy. Keep your foot on the gas pedal. If you're Calvin, obviously that was almost a bailout on Marcus Bolt. So hopefully he can step to the line, knock these 3 free throws down, get some momentum back on your side. And but you got to stop the run, right? They're off to a great start in just over 4 minutes if you're Hope. So
Marcus Bolt, second leading scorer in the first meeting 10 days ago as he knocks down the first. He was right behind Overway. He posted a double-double, 14 points and 12 rebounds. Bolt with 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. It's a nice player out of the Chicago area. Gets the second. I tell you, the one thing we can comment on, Drew, that we talked about is typical in this game, and it wasn't in the first meeting, is just the shooting much better. I know Calvin's had kind of a rough start, but knocking down some free throws there and good-looking shots. I jinxed him, in and out. Tapped around, away from Overway, and last touch by Hope. It'll be Calvin basketball to our right.
And we're seeing a couple guys just enter the game who I don't think we saw in that first matchup. Trip Riemersma as well as Matt Ambrose checking in. So with the injuries to Calvin, going a little deeper in their bench, Coach Saul.
Ambrose, junior guard out of Killdeer, Illinois. Trying to set a screen there for Egekeza. Overway on the left block, kicks opposite, now around the horn, triple try on the way by Ambrose, no, battle for the rebound, and who was it knocked off last? It's going to go off of Calvin, and there you talk about Trip Riemersma.
Yeah, skied for that rebound, just couldn't get 2 hands on it, but how about Ambrose coming right in the game? The green light, letting it fly from deep.
If that Riemersma name sounds familiar for the Zeeland folks out there, yes, it's Jay Riemersma's son. Good player in the Zeeland area. Is the jumper no good by Justice Mims, another guy, sophomore, that really athletic. 6'2", out of Rochester Adams High School, is swinging around, wide open, good look, and knocking down the 3 that time was Trip Riemersma, fresh off the bench.
Yeah, pretty stroke right there. Got the feet set and just laid on the contest. Got stuck in that screen, the Hope defender.
Riemersma started at Zeeland East High School. Like his dad, went to Saginaw Valley, then transferring here to Calvin. How about Gabe Quillen with the answer? Tell you, the bigs across the board on both sides can shoot the 3.
Yeah, big fellas stepping out. We saw Overway take one earlier, and nothing but the bottom for Gabe Quillen.
Approaching the 14-minute mark, first half. Glad to have you along on this Saturday night. DeVos Fieldhouse rocking here in Holland. Triple try, rounded out by Bolt. Rebound cleared by Hope's Josh Decker. Just came in moments ago, 6'3" junior out of Ohio. Down low, nice step through and back around, but couldn't finish with Dykehouse. Rebound ripped down by Egekeza. Outlet to Bolt, back to Egekeza. Down the middle of the court, goes up and challenges. Good job by Quillen holding his own. Went up vertically that time and got the stop.
Great verticality and staying straight up, not coming down. Egekeza had to change that shot because of the length of Quillen.
We didn't see Decker in the first meeting for Hope either. Dykehouse now with Quillen, little 2-man game. Floater by Gabe, no. Rebound ripped down out of there by Riemersma. Up the left sideline, 16-7 our score, as you see on the screen. And Riemersma took an extra hop step in the paint there. Dew crew is all over it. And now wholesale substitutions because of the pace. We got to get used to the difference from the women's game and the fact of quarters to halves here for the men.
Yeah, great pace, though. I mean, you love to see that clean basketball game so far. You know, these rivalries can get pretty physical, and refs have to call it a little tighter, but I like the flow, the pace so far in this one.
Calvin coming off just their second loss of the season on Wednesday night at home in MIAA play to number 7 Trine, who's still unbeaten at 7-0 on MIAA play going into action this afternoon. The runner, Mims, hits the deck hard, so does Overway, no. And now battle for the rebound, and what do we got? Oh, they're going to get Wiggering with the push. That's the 4th team foul up on the board for Hope already. Just 1 for Calvin. 16-7 our score.
And a guy we haven't seen yet in this game TJ McKenzie, who played quite a bit in that first matchup, so not sure if he's under the weather or what the plan is with him, but he had some key contributions in that first matchup.
Devin Chaney in the lineup for Hope, another new face that we didn't see the first time. Pump fake, dribble penetration, kick out on the way, 3-ball, no. Again popped out by Ambrose. Follow up and good by the big man, Jalen Overway.
Yeah, just using that wide body to create space on the inside. Nice job keeping it high, not bringing it down where they can knock it away, getting it back up on the backboard quickly.
Here's Chaney, 6'8" senior out of Illinois, kicks opposite. Now sets a screen. Warman short on the triple try. Rebound cleared out of there by Trevin Winkle, the sophomore. And then coast to coast after the outlet. Ambrose with a lay-in. Attacking, and here comes Calvin right back, and of course a Greg Mitchell timeout. And we'll see if it's a media timeout or a 30-second timeout. What a run here by Calvin to close the gap to a 5-point game. 11:55 left to go first half. It's Hope 16, Calvin 11. Hope you're enjoying the Rivalry series on the men's side. So you're watching it live on this Saturday night from Holland here on the Hope Sports Network.
Timeout on the floor, media timeout.
The Custer Insurance Agency is a proud sponsor of Hope Athletics.
Give the gift of flowers from Heisman Flowers, offering green plants, tabletop centerpieces, and breathtaking floral arrangements of all different shapes, sizes, and colors. Celebrate your next event with us or give a gift to that special someone. Offering nationwide same-day flower delivery. Visit us online at HeismanFlowers.com.
Back here courtside, Brett Bakita along with Drew Neitzel. 5-point game, rivalry series that goes back to 104 years, 11 decades on the men's side, 211th meeting tonight. And yes, if you're wondering, Hope 109, Calvin 101, but it keeps fluctuating, as you know, back and forth.
And one of the best rivalries in all of college sports, any sport. We're blessed to be a part of it, and our second year here calling the rivalry series, and these games always live up to the hype and the expectation.
Behind the back dribble, Warman attacking and puts it up and in against one of the better defenders in the MIAA, Luca Ressler. Marcus Warman coming to play. Scott in the ball game. Strong move baseline by the freshman. Couldn't finish with the left hand. Rebound cleared by Chaney. Up ahead, right in front of us, near sideline. It was Mims, back to Warman. Warman attacking again. There's your guy, TJ McKenzie in the ball game the first time. Over and back to Warman for three. Hope starting to feel it in their own building, partner.
And Marcus Warman, he is certainly feeling it, feeding off the energy of this crowd.
I tell you, the Hope bench, they can be so athletic. As the runner by Scott, no. Rebound Chaney. Warman to Chaney. Left side, Mims pull-up jumper. Halfway down, but no, pops out. Overway with a rebound. Now Bill Saul saying, let's calm it down a little bit. We don't want to play at their pace like this when we're struggling to get some buckets here. 21-11. Lead up to 10 again for Greg Mitchell and the Flying Dutchman.
And some of the reserves in the game now for Kelvin, so key stretch. They've kind of fought back, but now Hope going on a run of their own after that timeout.
Overway, such a good passer as a post player. Nice kick opposite. Wrestler, good D. Down to 2, down to 1. Got to hurry. Shot clock violation. Bill Saul not happy with his 5 that were out there. Didn't look at the shot clock. That's just great defense by the Flying Dutchman.
It is, and you get the crowd in it, and you kind of lose track of time, but got to give credit to the defense in that possession.
They were trying to be patient on the offensive end, but that time just too patient. But let's credit the defense. Good job by Hope. There weren't a lot of looks there. Almost approaching the halfway point in a fast-moving first half. If you're just tuning in, the Hope women win it on the road earlier this afternoon on the Calvin Sports Network. Drew and I had the call, 60-57. Congratulations to Coach Morehouse. I saw their bus rolling in when we did about the same time. Warman on the attack, doesn't use it. Nice job on the feed. Nice cut that time by Hovey. And that time, Parker Hovey, instead of dishing, got it for the easy bucket from Warman.
And look, what about that vision? Just full speed down the lane and dropping a dime to his teammate.
Warman working against Wrestler. No breathing room there. Now Quillen backs off, trying to knock down the three, but it pops out halfway down. Brady Ewing, the freshman out of Petoskey.
And those are tough shots. Those lead to runs by the other team. Long contested three-pointers somewhat early in the shot clock, and that's not how you stop the momentum when you're on the road.
Ewing's got good size at 6'7", matched up with Quillen. Quillen, hop step through the paint, no, off the backboard, tip by Hovey, no. And rebound, Luca Wrestler.
There you can see that pressure. Mims picking up Wrestler, even on missed shots, trying to turn him, trying to get a turnover.
Oh, strong move on the dribble, Marcus Bolt. Nice crossover, went around his man right side, then stepped through the defender and laid it off the backboard for two. Good hustle that time. Remersma back in, trying to get a deflection. Coach Mitchell going to counter. Warman gets a nice hand along with Mims. Dykhouse back in, and in for Hope, Josh Decker. 6'3" junior guard. Out of Ohio is Decker, like we talked about. Cuyahoga Falls. Dykhouse goes right side, doesn't use the Quillen screen. Nice step in steal. Wrestler, that's what he does. The grunt work, look at him hitting the floor, trying to get it up ahead, and oh, they're going to call a foul. I thought they might call travel, but they said Decker committed the foul first. Greg Mitchell can't believe it, right in front of him. He's going to plead his case a little bit at the 8:38 mark. Just got to love Wrestler, though. Isn't that typical Wrestler? Just extra hustle, dives on the floor.
I mean, he's a coach's dream, right? He does whatever you need him to do. If you want him to guard the other team's best player, he'll do it. If you want him to play point guard, he'll do it. If you need him to score, the Grand Rapids Catholic Central product, and a chance to watch him for a number of years playing for Coach T.J. Meerman.
Absolutely. Overway for three over Quillen, no. Off the mark, they let it go out of bounds. Last touch by Calvin. Yeah, part of a state championship squad for the Cougars. Just loves the game and loves to be out there to play. Loves to compete. So important. And the other guys, I think, bounce off of his step.
Yeah, and that's, as a basketball player, whatever you need from me, coach, just keep me on the floor, right? Yep. I mean, he's not a true point guard. Everybody knows that, but he'll play the position if that's what the team needs.
Decker triple try. Offset left, no. Rebound, Calvin. Bill Saul emphatically saying, let's spread it out a little bit and get a look. Overway, left side, almost knocked away by Hovey. Hovey's been active. Quillen now. Here comes the double team help. McKenzie, nice kick out to Egekeza, way off the mark. Bolt with a rebound. Remersma has it. Back to Bolt. Down the right side lane hard. Puts it up off the window. No, but was fouled. I think that's going to be Decker. It will be.
Yeah, both Bolt and Wrestler, they just play with like a physicality that is good as it gets. I mean, Bolt on that drive, he was not going to be denied. Just put his shoulder down and force the official to make the call.
That gets us to the under 8 media timeout here in the first half. 7:34 left to go, and it's Hope 23, Calvin 13. We'll step aside for this timeout as you're listening to the Rivalry Series and watching it live here on the Hope Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Seth Palmer, an ears, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist and a 2002 graduate of Hope College.
And I'm Dr. Rich Straving, a fellow ear, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist and a 1996 graduate of Calvin University.
Hope fan
or Calvin fan,
we are on the same team serving your needs.
With 6 locations throughout West Michigan,
we've got your medical concerns covered.
A smile, the universal hello. A friendly welcome and a sign of confidence. simple smile can brighten someone's day. At MIAA Dentistry, we design beautiful smiles for the whole family. We strive to meet your individual goals with the latest technology to give you a healthy, lasting smile. MIAA Dentistry, where smiles begin. Proud partners of Hope Athletics.
Welcome back, and as Drew and I talked about just 10 days ago on January 17th at Van Noord Arena, Calvin was victorious. Hard-fought game throughout, and Hope scrapped their way to within 4 points, but 69-61. Calvin wins it. Jalen Overway leading the way with a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds. Tanner Wigerink fouled out in that game, but it was a poor shooting affair for both teams. You look at the numbers. Calvin was 6 of 23 in that game, just 26%. Not typical of a Calvin Hope shooting matchup with this rivalry. And then Hope was 2 of 22 for just 9% combined. Listen to this number, fans. If you followed this series, they were 8 of 45 for just 17% behind the arc in that first meeting with both teams.
It was ugly basketball, right? But sometimes that's what rivalries can be. They can be ugly and just a fist fight, and that's what that was. A little better flow to this one, and seeing some shots go down, which makes our job a little easier and more enjoyable too, calling the game.
It's been a great flow, though. Officials have done a nice job. By the way, Bolt getting both free throws, has 6 now on the night. 23-15, Hope by 8. Good ball reversal. Dykhouse gets it back now on the anchor. Top of the key. He's got a screen from Quillen. Goes left side, kicks it back. Big fella for 3. Got it! Over Jalen Overway. By the way, another one of those Catholic Central Cougars.
And that's what we're talking about, knocking down shots right on cue. Gabe Quillen, his second triple of this first half.
Kind of reminds you of an NBA player, right, that you're seeing now with the bigs that can pick and pop. Quillen can do that very well. And you mentioned one of the best rebounders in the MIAA conference coming in.
And maybe an adjustment they saw on film between this game and the last, trying to bring Overway a little bit out from the basket, and knew that he wasn't going to be able to contest that 3 by Quillen.
And that's why Overway is the defending, or I should say reigning, as and one. Are they going to give it to him? Parker Hovey, yes, count the bucket on the drive for the big man. He'll go to the charity stripe to try to convert the three-point play. Watch the highlight here, working against Marcus Bolt. Bolt tried to knock it away, nice step through. And Hovey, by the way, he could fill it up back in the day. Hart High School up in Shelby. He's a 6'5" freshman, good-looking player.
Yeah, and that says a lot, being inserted into the starting lineup for Greg Mitchell. Can't complete the three-point play, but it's going to be a good one.
I wanted to go back to my point on Jalen Overway. As a freshman, folks, he was the MIAA Player of the Year last year, only a sophomore. But you saw one of his great talents is a big man who can pass out of the post, kicking an opposite on that last possession. Triple try, no good, but a long-term out to Egakeza. They'll reset with Bolt between the rings. Picked up his dribble. Now over right side, working against the freshman. Attacks, goes up. I think Hovey might have got a piece of that from behind. Rebound, TJ McKenzie. Plays on the gridiron as wide receiver for Peter Stuursma and the Dutch. Quillen passed up the 3. Now McKenzie got it knocked away from behind. And here comes Remersma up the right side. Step in 3 on the way. Rattles it home. Boy, he plays a lot of confidence.
How about the confidence stepping up in transition? That's one, if you make it, you stay in the game. If you miss it, you get yanked out. But Coach Saul giving his guys the green light to play aggressive and confident.
Back to an 8-point game, Drew. 28-20. Under the 5:30 mark left to go first half. Quillen just getting bodied up by Overway. Coach Saul thought he traveled. Now Dykhouse stepping through. Yes! And a foul. I think Egakeza got a piece of that going up, too.
And just no resistance right now from Calvin on the defensive end. I mean, Hope is doing whatever they want. They're moving the basketball inside, outside, knocking down threes. So what do you take away? Everything's working right now for Hope.
And they're beating some good defenders. I mean, we've seen Wrestler get beat, and that was Egakeza there. Just that little head and shoulder fake where it looked like, you know, you were going to have Dykhouse either throw it back out or spin back out, and then boom, he exploded to the basket. Nice move by Clayton Dykhouse, around and in. 5th-year senior out of Zeeland East High. Now back in, Jordan Scott, the freshman, and oh, we're going to have a whistle. Greg Mitchell can't believe it. They're going to say Mims hit him from behind, and that was going to be a turnover the other way. Might have bumped him a little bit as we see the replay there, but boy, compared to what we've seen, especially when they met over at Calvin 10 days ago, it was pretty physical.
Yeah, especially as a freshman going in the lane, you got to be under control, maybe a little bit of a bailout, but now that puts Calvin in the bonus now for the rest of the half.
Yeah, 7th foul up on the board, 5:13 left to go against Calvin. I should say against Hope, excuse me, 3 on the board against Calvin. Jordan Scott gets the first. One of those, like you said, his first road game in this Hope Calvin rivalry series. Gotta feel good about when you knock a couple shots down. Second one rattles out. His dad, of course, played at University of Michigan for Jordan. 31-21. Lead is 10 in favor of the Flying Dutchman here at home. Lots of orange and blue in the house. Warman gets into the paint. Nice pump fake to free himself with Riemersma. Now got knocked down. No, now Riemersma on a throw ahead. Tries to go up, and Mims knocks it away. Great pass ahead by Wrestler. Riemersma goes down, and Greg Mitchell working that sideline. Mims, good job of hustling back, trying to reach it and knock it away. They say he got him with the body.
I think it was the right call, kind of cut across him there, impeded his progress to the rim. Again, Luca Wrestler getting that rebound, kicking it ahead, great vision, basketball IQ.
Great replays from our producer, Freddie Velasquez, and his crew up in the box here at DeVos Fieldhouse. Good second looks at these, which you need in this Calvin Hope rivalry. It's always tight. And just some highlights with some special plays that you can always count on in this one. Dykhouse in. Mims will go out at the 4:51 mark. Riemersma off on the free throw. Rebound run down by Hovey for Hope. Warman will run the point. Dykhouse the off guard. Dykhouse now with a screen from Cheney. Got a step. Air ball. Saving it though. Good hustle. That time for Hope in the ball game was Nochek. Robert Nochek, another guy just kind of does all those scrappy stuff for you. 6'5" senior out of Bloomingdale, Illinois, St. Francis High School. And with his efforts, Hope gets another look at this possession. Cheney on the inbounds handoff. Warman goes around the right. Scott on him. Nice job. And a finish. That time by Nochek off the feed from Warman.
Again, Warman is creating so much havoc once he gets in the lane, collapsing that defense, and another nice drop off and setting his teammate up.
There you see it. Penetration. It drew over the defender. Winkle was late coming over, and Nochek with a strong finish going up square in his shoulders. And one coming up. Lets it fly. No, off the right rim. Long rebound. Hauled down by Trevor Winkle. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Another immediate timeout will be coming up. 33-21. The lead is a dozen. Trying to get down to Overway. Knocked away. Body's hitting the deck. And jump ball. Possession arrow going to stay with Calvin to our right. Just the opposite for the TV audience. More substitutions coming in, Drew. Bolt coming back into the night lineup. Quillen for Coach Mitchell and Hope. Overway will get a breather.
Both these coaches trying to keep their guys fresh. A lot of rotation, a lot of subs coming in and out this first half.
Career high 42 points at home in that loss for Jalen Overway. If you're just tuning in and you haven't seen Owen Varnado yet, very good player for Calvin. He is out due to concussion protocol. Jordan Scott with a three right in front of the Hope bench.
And he's got a world of talent. Still learning the game, especially at the point guard position. Makes some great plays, makes some not so great plays, but learning on the job and kind of throwing in the fire here these last few weeks, but really playing much better.
Tough pass through traffic on the bounce pass with Dykhouse. Stolen and knocked away by Calvin. Here's Riemersma against Hovey. Leaves it for Wrestler. Wrestler, little shimmy shake. Turnaround jumper. Left it short. Working against the bigger Hovey. Now Quillen with the rebound. And Coach Mitchell saying, let's set it up and get the look we want. Lead is 9. 33-24. 3 and change left to go first half. No check with the basketball, looking to give it up, does to the freshman Hovey. Hovey against Ressler, now to Quillen at the left elbow. Extra pass to Warman. Goes baseline, back to Quillen for 3. Good look at it. No, off the front of the rim. Up high is Riemersma. And now it's going to be tapped out by Hovey. Should be Calvin basketball. And that'll get us to the under 4. Played a little more in a minute there before we got the timeout, but we got a good one back in fourth. Hope 33, Calvin 24, 2:56 left to go in the first. And you're listening and watching all the action live here from DeVos Fieldhouse on the Hope Sports Network.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
You see one of our great sponsors there, a proud partner of Hope College, Gentex Corporation, right down the road in Zeeland here along the lake shore. Drew, as we take a look at the numbers coming out of this media timeout and just under 3 minutes left to go here first half, what are you seeing as far as both teams on their runs?
It's really been Marcus Warman creating a lot of good things for the Flying Dutch on the offensive end. 9 points to go with a few assists and setting his teammates up. Gabe Quillen, 8 points, 4 rebounds. And then Jalen Overway, 4 points, 6 rebounds, but only 3 field goal attempts. So they got to get the ball into him. They're leading the MIAA leading scorer on the season right there, taking mid-range jump shot, maybe settled right there, and maybe just a little frustrated. He had an ISO on the right side of the floor. I think he kind of bailed the defense out by taking that jump shot, could have backed him down. And
he really struggled to get going to that first meeting compared to the numbers that he normally produces. I mean, you're talking 21 points, 10 rebounds a game at 21 points and change, tops in the MIAA as far as scoring.
Oh, when you're sending a double team, plus you already have a guy like Gabe Quillen with the athleticism, the length, makes it extremely tough, and needs his teammates to step up to kind of free him up where they can't send that double team as aggressively.
Nice job on the effort, going flying out of bounds as Marcus Bolt hit his finger trying to save that one. And then 2 players hitting the deck as it was saved in bounds. That was Quillen and Ressler. It's like a football game out there, but great effort. How about the pump fake, too, by the freshman Hovey just moments ago to free himself and then stepping through. No check will check out of the lineup for Coach Mitchell. The 2:03 mark. So you have Warman, Dykehouse, and a guy we haven't seen much of, a Wager, coming in now, gets the inbounds out of Petoskey. Hands off to Dykehouse, gets it back. He can really shoot the 3. Oh, had a good look from the right wing, but the southpaw couldn't knock it down.
That's what he does. Majority of his shots come from behind the 3-point line and comes in right away, and they set a little flare screen for him to get him open. Look,
Jordan Scott feeding Overway. They clear out that way. Here comes the double team. Overway trying to step through as he's going down. Lots of contact, no call. Rebound Hope. They're letting them play tonight. Hovey down low to Quillen, on the right block. Trying to back down Overway, who bodies him up. Tip back out to Warman. Gets a screen from Quillen, who's just trying to get out of the way, and Warman knocks down another runner. Boy, that little floater in the lane is a patent shot for Marcus Warman.
Just using his strength as well as elevation to get up above the defense. And Dykehouse with the strip there.
Game of momentum, game of runs, and we're seeing that right now going the other way in favor of Hope. 35-24, 1:10 left to go.
Entering the lineup for the Knights, number 14,
Greg Mitchell loving it. Wager going to inbounds. They were on the other side, so he had to come across. Warman will be the point. Dykhouse the off guard. A little bit of a change from what we saw in game 1-2 there.
Right now they put Uchenna Egekeza on Warman, just try to slow him down, keep him out of the lane, but he's got the hot hand. He's got it going right now.
I think Marcus might be one of those guys, maybe a better creator with the ball in his hands. We've seen that tonight. He's been in attack mode like he is there. Floater, that one hit the side of the backboard. Trying to keep it alive was Quillen. It goes out of bounds off him. It'll be Calvin basketball. Dykhouse can hit the three. He's a good guy coming off the screens too. He's good with the basketball in his hands, but you can see, I mean, Warman just maybe that half step quicker, just exploding to the 10. Jordan Scott against Warman. Gets it to Overway left elbow. Down low, that's Remersma.
And look at how Hope, they're really sinking in there on the defense. Marcus Bolt makes them pay.
With an answer. He had some big shots, remember, in game 1 at Calvin 10 days ago.
And I think Hope's saying, we're going to pack it in a little bit. If you're going to make threes, then we'll adjust, but we're going to force you to make deep threes before we step out and create driving lanes or allow isolation for Overway on the inside.
Dykhouse coming off a hesitation. Oh, nice job. Just flew by his guy. That's what I'm talking about, where he's special with the bounce, too. What a luxury. Remersma gets it in, and from 70 feet, that's the way the first half is going to finish. So Hope College in the last one, the last 60-plus seconds to take the lead by 10, heading to the locker room. Hope 37, Calvin 27. We've got a lot coming up at halftime. Stay with us as you're watching it all from Holland tonight here on the Hope Sports Network.
Custer Insurance Agency is a proud sponsor of Hope Athletics.
House, everyone, and earlier this week we got a chance to sit down, and I was a part of the conversation with Athletic Director Tim Schoonfeld, and Alan Babbitt also in on the conversation. Got a chance to ask the AD here at Hope College about the athletic department and also about what their pillars are when it comes to student athletes, coaches that really make up their athletic department. And here was that conversation with Tim from earlier this week.
Mental health has been a national conversation. Tell us about how Hope Athletics has responded to the needs of our community and some of the things you've had to kind of support our pillars of academic success, competitive excellence, and transformational experiences.
Yeah, I mean, obviously mental health is a crisis, and we've been talking about it, and so I think we've been trying to look at on campus, hey, how are we meeting the needs of our students, student athletes all over campus? And it's been a critical thing. This summer we restructured a few things. We hired Kevin Walma to be Assistant Athletic Director of student athlete well-being, along with compliance, and then are really trying to tie everything together. You know, we're excited to be able to see how it's working, and I think anything we can do to provide, you know, I would say friction, but experiences that help to transform the lives of our student athletes, we're trying to do.
With Kevin, it's obviously student athlete, but also staff as well. Just talk about the whole piece, because it's not just one group that needs help, but multiple groups to help enhance and get the most positive experience and transformation here at Hope.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you're dealing with student athletes, it's about, I think, having like great adult mentors, again, I call us old people, kind of as mentors that can walk with them through life. And it doesn't mean we have to coach them. It doesn't mean we have to, be a chaplain or a counselor, but really just talking about, hey, how you do life. And I think the same role applies for our coaches right now. And we've been able to partner with an organization called What Drives Winning, Brett Ledbetter and Becky Burley, and they've just been fantastic for us with our coaches to really talk about what really matters in life, what really matters in coaching, what are the most important things. And I think anytime for our coaches, the competitive piece, stands out. Everybody's trying to win. They're trying to do that. But I think really in the end, our goal is to be able to provide experiences that allow for transformation to happen for our students. And the beauty of Hope, I think, is we have so many things across the board. I talked to a student athlete yesterday. Academic Success Center has changed his life, and now he wants to go into that. I've seen a student athlete who came to know Christ because of work with Team 43 and one of their mentors. We see that with our athletic trainers and the influence and the impact they're putting in, along with our coaches on a daily basis. And so we're continuing to try to provide opportunities to transform lives, because really in the end we think that that's a distinctive that can help separate us at Hope, across the board, across the nation.
Thank you, Chip.
Thank you.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
When you pass through the waters, I will be with you.
And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you.
When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned.
The flames will not set you ablaze.
Research will show that it takes 5 meaningful adult relationships to help shape the lives of students. And so we said, hey, what if we developed a partnership with people in this community who we know are amazing with students? We assigned them to a team. Then we said, hey, you don't have to be a coach. You don't have to be a counselor. You don't have to be a chaplain. You just have to walk with students. And so really, out of that came Team 43. It's based on Isaiah 43 and just talks about not walking alone.
In a single word, if I had to use a word to describe Team 43, I would use the word presence. It's about being with. When you walk through the waters, I'll be with you. When you're walking through the river, they will not overwhelm you. The flame will not burn you, and you will not be consumed by the fire. It's about being with, being present to others.
I think when I first heard about Team 43 last year and heard that John Brown, the pastor of Filler Church, was going to be our mentor, I was super pumped. As a leader on the team, the baseball team, I just wanted our guys to have a guy to reach out to, just a mentor to go to when things are tough in their life with no strings attached to the athletics department. I know that it can be hard to open up to a coach or an AD or somebody that's connected to the school.
So Graham and I met. He was being recruited to Hope, and he came to Pillar on a Sunday morning as like a senior in high school, and he sat in the back row. And I saw this kid, and I introduced myself, and lo and behold, he came to Hope, and so we've actually known each other for longer than Team 43's existed, at least as long as I've been a part of it. So then when I got to be the Team 43 ambassador, it's like, I get to hang out with Graham. I mean, his life, it's amazing to walk with this guy. So we're gonna be together on Thursday. We're gonna take a walk because he's making big decisions about grad school. He wants to talk to me about grad school. It's just great. He's a gift to me, and honored to be in the journey with him.
I think John met with almost everybody, if not everybody, on our team in the fall. Took him out for a cup of coffee or a walk around Holland. And I heard from a lot of those guys how great of an experience that was. I think they needed a little bit of coaxing to sign up, but then once they did, they were like, I want to do that again. And Just talked about how great John was and how listening he was, and kind and caring. I know for a fact that several of them have stayed in touch with John and are meeting with him regularly, doing Bible studies, just check-ins, that sort of stuff. John's come out to practices. He's been around. Just a good guy that's visible for our team.
So it's hard enough being a college student. You've got classes to take and exams and papers to write and the new social dynamic to experience from home to college. And then you add to it for student athletes the competition, the pursuit of perfection and excellence, and that creates a whole new set of challenges. The successes are amazing to celebrate, but along the way, even to the great successes, there's a lot of failures. And for me, there's a draw there to the student athlete specifically, because they're always walking through some version of failure. In baseball, if you hit the ball 1 out of 3 times, you're like Hall of Fame. That means 2 out of 3 times you didn't get a hit. And guys carry that, and what do they do with that in their own selves? And I get to show up and walk with them and encourage them and support them and reframe the story they're telling themselves into a much bigger, better story about who they are and who God is and how much they're loved.
I know for me that John Brown has been a great mentor for me. And yeah, that's been the biggest impact on my life, to be able to call him up and go grab a cup of coffee or go for a walk and just bounce ideas off him, tell him about ways in which I'm struggling, or ask him questions about faith or relationship, about sports. As a senior planning for my future, he's been a great resource for me as I start moving towards jobs or more school after Hope.
And one of our mottos in athletics is kind of one team. It's 22 programs, but we're one team, and I think that's really something that this embodies. Is it takes all of us, and it's going to take all of us within the college. It's going to take all others within the community. It's going to take some partnerships at home, coaches, those types of things, to be able to truly help, I think, create opportunities for transformation within our student athletes. And I think that's what we're most excited about. We feel really blessed to have that.
I get so much from John, but I also get to learn so much from him and see how he walks with me and how he's walked with others, and how I can do the same. Make sure the freshmen, sophomore, and juniors, seniors, even fifth years on the team know that I see them and that I hear them and that I'm there for them. John has really helped me grow in that aspect of leadership.
I think the gift of Team 43 is partnering a community member, leader, mentor with each athletic team at Hope to walk with each athlete, student athlete, in whatever they're going through. The joys of successes, the victories, the struggles of difficulties and losses, family dynamics, relational dynamics, and they have the opportunity to have someone walk with them, to be with them when the rivers are flowing and the water is rushing or the fires are upon them. Someone will be with them, a sort of reflection of God's heart for each of us.
Give the gift of flowers from Heisman Flowers, offering green plants, tabletop centerpieces, and breathtaking floral arrangements of all different shapes, sizes, and colors. Celebrate your next event with us or give a gift to that special someone. Offering nationwide same-day flower delivery. Visit us online at HeismanFlowers.com.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is Hope.
Hi, I'm Dr. Seth Palmer, an ears, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist and a 2002 graduate of Hope College.
And I'm Dr. Rich Straving, a fellow ear, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist and a 1996 graduate of Calvin University.
Hope fan
or Calvin fan,
we are on the same team serving your needs.
With 6 locations throughout West Michigan,
we've got your medical concerns covered.
A smile, the universal hello. A friendly welcome and a sign of confidence. A simple smile can brighten someone's day. At MIAA Dentistry, we design beautiful smiles for the whole family. We strive to meet your individual goals with the latest technology to give you a healthy, lasting smile. MIAA Dentistry, where smiles begin. Proud partners of Hope Athletics.
Welcome back, everyone. Great piece by Tim Schoonveld and what they're doing with the Hope Athletic Department here. And the same can be said with Calvin University. Two great institutions that care about the true student athletes, their experience, their coaches, and how they can support them. And you saw that in that piece with Team 43, they call it here at Hope. And Tim Schoonveld, and our thanks again to Jim Timmer on the other side for Calvin University, our host this afternoon. By the way, if you missed it, it was Hope and Calvin, a great women's game that tipped off at 3 o'clock. Hope wins it 7 to improve to 19-1 on the season, still unbeaten in MIAA play. And Calvin dropping to 8-3 in conference play, but sole possession of second place, even with that loss, battling Trine. Here our story, 37-27, home team, Hope College over Calvin. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at our leading scorers on both sides, Drew, and also your keys to the second half.
First for Calvin, leading the way, Marcus Bolt with 9, having a nice game, knocking down 1 of 2 from 3, getting to the free throw line, 80% there. Jalen Overway with just 4, 1 of 5 from the floor, so Hope's doing a nice job keeping him in check. Trip Remersma off the bench in only 10 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field. For Hope, Gabe Quillen, 8 points, 5 boards, and leading the way, Marcus Warman having his way against that Calvin defense. 11 points for him, creating all kinds of havoc, getting into the lane, creating for his teammates as well. So if you're Calvin, you gotta get the ball into Jalen Overway, and he's got to be more assertive. The ball's got to go in, but he's got to be more aggressive, not just pass it out of the double team, try to split it, even force the issue a little bit. You can't have 5 shots as the leading scorer in the conference in the first half. And then if you're Hope, keep staying aggressive. I like what they've done this game. They've not taken as many threes, 3 for 8 in that first half from beyond the arc. As we talked about, 2 for 22 in that first loss to Calvin this year. So attacking the basket a lot better.
There's the big fella on the assist, drew the double team, then cutting down the lane opposite Luca Ressler for 2, set up by Jalen Overway.
And he has to be the focal point. Throw that ball into him almost every time down. Good things happen, whether he scores it, dishes it, or creates for his teammates.
Now high-low, Wiggering going up and Overway with a nice finish. Good assist. That was not an easy pass from the top from Gabe Quillen. One stat I got for you, partner, we talked about the Hope guards and how they can really change this game and be aggressive. How about 18 total points combined for Warman and Dykhouse in the first half? They only had 14 the entire game in game 1.
Absolutely, and the other key stat, points in the paint. Calvin 8, Hope 24. So that goes back to that point. They're not settling for threes. Made some adjustments in their game plan. Said, hey, let's attack the basket, and getting in the paint.
2 tremendous basketball teams on display here. And what's amazing about how good the MIAA is, they're both looking up at unbeaten Trine. They both lost to Trine in the first go-around.
Right. But Calvin's not going away. There's a reason why they're one of the top teams in the country and one of the best players in the country in Jalen Overway.
Agakeza, strong move, but couldn't finish. Good job of getting his way by Warman. Rebound cleared by Quillen. Now up ahead, spinning big fella. And we're going to have a body foul. I think they're going to get Bolt that time. Nope, they're going to say Ressler with a grab. Giving up some size, Luca Ressler. Now remember, no Owen Varnado, which would help out, like Drew said, with his body size and height. So Ressler's drawing all these mismatches because you look at Hovey, the freshman who is at the free throw line. He goes about 6'4", 6'5", and Ressler maybe what, 6'1"?
Yeah, 6'1", 6'2". I mean, he's solid, but he's definitely not Owen Varnado, who goes about 6'5", and
right.
Pretty athletic. But it changes up your whole defensive scheme, especially because you can switch some things with Varnado, but now that he's not in, you might not want to switch Ressler onto some of those bigger, 3-4 men of Hope. So trying to switch up their game plan on the go.
Hovey got 1 of 2, 40-29. Down low, Overway goes up. Hovey blocks it from the backside, but there was a foul. I think they're going to get Quillen with the body.
And there you go. Good adjustment. 4 out, 1 in. Get Overway, get him the basketball, and make your move quick. Don't even let that double team come. Nice job there by Calvin on the execution.
Jalen Overway, only a sophomore, but like Drew said, interesting in this rivalry. He played at Holland Christian, and a lot of times that can be a pipeline right to Hope College. But his dad, Jeff, played at Calvin. And so when he comes back here, it's a homecoming, but not necessarily a warm welcome.
Yeah, I thought the crowd would be a little harder on him, but showing respect for the hometown kid.
Overway, though, uncharacteristic of him. Very good free throw shooter. Missed them both. 6'10" with a big body. Look at him lean on Quillen there. Quillen trying to back him down. Nowhere to go. Dykehouse over a Quillen screen. Agakeza gets through it. Now bounce pass to Quillen. Just off the left block. Trying to back his way down. Fakes to the left shoulder. Tries to step through. Kicks it back out. And Agakeza with a steal. Here's Agakeza up ahead. Two-handed flush. Uchenna Agakeza, part of that Chicago connection with Marcus Bolt, gets the 2 and makes it a 9-point game.
And that's how he can change the game on the defensive end with his speed and long arms, getting out in transition. Not necessarily going to score a lot in the half-court offense, but in transition, he's dynamite.
Night student section getting vocal to our left. Dykehouse penetrates, bounce pass to Quillen. Over to Warman, right wing. Back to Quillen for 3. No, way off the mark. Wiggerink with the offensive rebound, though. Nowhere to go. Back out to Quillen. They'll reset. Shot clock at 14. Plenty of time. Wiggerink swings it from left to right over to Warman. Now a little two-man game. Got Scott on him with a mismatch. Steps through, draws traffic, and a reach-in foul going to be called.
And if you're Kelvin right there, you don't want to bail him out. They kind of had him surrounded, and you just swipe down. It's so tempting to swipe down at that basketball, and you catch the hand a little bit, but give Wiggerink 2 going up for that shot.
Jordan Scott picking up his first. He's got 4 points on the night. Freshman getting the start tonight. Wiggerink. Nice job of keeping the ball with his shot above his head. Gets the first. Very good free throw shooter. 6'7" senior out of West Otto High School just down the road. 2 for 2. He played on some great teams, by the way. Had a lot of size.
Yeah, we covered West Otto quite a bit during his time there.
Now trying to finish up his career on the collegiate level at Hope. Marcus Bolt goes baseline against Wiggerink, throws it out in traffic. Wrestler comes up with it, goes up. Shot blocked that time. Hovey, and now trying to spin Overway, and who do they get? Again, he draws a crowd every time he's down there.
Different mindset. You can see it already in these first 3 minutes. Jalen Overway, he's being more assertive, and when that ball touches his hands, he's making something happen.
6'10" with those long arms. Good shape. Lets it fly, knocks it down. Again, coming off, even though it was a loss to try, and a career high for him in just a year and a half of playing college basketball. 42 the other night for the big fella. Kind of reminds you of Steve Hondard-esque days back in the day who I played against at Grand Rapids Christian. What a force. Second one too strong. Not a good shooting night from the free throw line for Overway, and now on the baseline. Bolt almost had a steal coming backside against Wiggerink, but stepped on the end line. 16:54 left to go in regulation. It's been anywhere from about an 8 to 10 point game most of the way through after Hope established an early lead. Got off to that great start. Calvin's had to kind of claw and scratch, much like Hope did 10 days ago at Van Noord Arena. Remember, late they got it down to 4, but then ended up being an 8-point advantage for Calvin in the win, 69-61. Dykehouse, they back off Quillen, who can shoot that 3. Needs help, gets it to Warman. Shot clock down to 6. Over to Wiggerink, 3 from the left side, way off the mark. Rebound cleared by Bolt. Up ahead, Scott. They've got numbers, 4 on 3. No look pass, and he has fired a bullet that time to a cutting Remersma, who there was no way he was going to handle that. And Bill Saul's like, why?
And that's just a freshman mistake. You could see it was the right idea. He saw him open cutting. He just got a little too cute with it with the no-look pass. Didn't have to do it, but he'll learn. You can just watching him, you know he has it in him. He just the speed of the game is a little different going from the high school to the college level. So once he kind of gets a little bit more experience, he's gonna have a wonderful career at Calvin University.
Marcus Bolt, your leading scorer on the floor for Calvin right now with 9. Wigrink with 9 to lead Hope. Dykehouse with 7. Hovey. Now Mims, who just checked in, right wing. Feeds it down low. Double team against Wigrink. They swing it around the horn. Hovey. Freshman cut off by Wrestler. Wow. How did he get that pass through traffic to Wigrink on the other side for the put in?
That is wild interior passing right there. We went through about 5 Calvin hands, but Hope back off to the races.
Quillen, good challenge that time, and then Overway couldn't finish. Dykehouse in transition. Turns and reverses field. Good job by Reamersford to get back. Now Hovey, high lob. Wigrink down low, goes up. And who are they going to get? Egekeza coming over the top, or Bolt underneath? Is going to be Uchenna Egekeza across the arm. And that'll get us to the under 16-minute mark. 15:34 left to go at DeVos Fieldhouse. Packed house for this one as usual. Hope 44, Calvin 32. And you're listening and watching to it live right here on the Hope Sports Network.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
You know, Drew, you and I grew up as kids watching this rivalry, and I couldn't help but think about as we're preparing for the game today, the great coaches, I mean, back in the day, right? You got 2 good ones that this is their alma mater, and Greg Mitchell for Hope, respectively, and Bill Saul for Calvin, who could both play. But how about Ed Dauma? How about Kevin Vandestreek at Calvin? How about Glenn Van Weeren for so many years, a former player for Hope? I mean, just classics.
Yeah, when you grow up in this area, you have ties. Even though you didn't have family or you didn't go to that university or college, you have ties to it. We used to come here to Hope, to their team camp when I was in high school every year. When Coach Van Weeren was coaching, I used to go to some of the Hope Calvin games over there at the old gym there at Calvin University, and some memories between there and the Holland Civic Center. So definitely ties in the basketball community to both these universities.
It's one thing that's nice about DeVos Fieldhouse, as great as the Holland Civic Center was, I think they broke some fire codes as far as number of players they can cram in. I miss those days,
though, right? I mean, people hanging from the rafters. I mean, these are unbelievable facilities, and this is awesome. It's still intimate, right? It's a bigger arena, but the fans are right on the floor and feel like they're right on top of you.
Van Noord Arena, great venue we were at this afternoon as well for the women's game. Wigrink got 1 of 2, and on the second miss attempt, they called a foul against Hope. Oh, nice pump fake, step through wrestler, couldn't knock down the 3, left it short. Parker Hovey with the rebound. The Hard High product, only a freshman from just up the road in the Lakeshore. Dykehouse swings left side. Quillen, there's the lob. Hovey to Wigrink. Oh, nice job of handling it before he went out of bounds. Hovey back to the corner, wanted to fire the 3, couldn't. Good defense by Reamersma. Dykehouse, tricky bounce pass to Quillen. Quillen trying to spin with the left hand, just forced it up. No, gets his own rebound back, and they'll get a somewhat fresh shot clock at 20 on the reset. Hope wants to calm it down a little bit now. They feel big possession here, up 13. Dykehouse, hesitation dribble, kick back, Wiggering for 3, no, off the back iron, rebound Overway.
Yeah, he's been strong on the last couple. Looks good coming off the hand, but not a great result, and good defensive stop there, forcing a contested 3 by the Knights.
He was way strong on the free throw too, which is uncharacteristic. Now trying to spin to the paint against Wiggering. Good job. Got his body control, went up, and a half hook by Brady Ewing. Freshman out of Petoskey. Kind of got knocked off the block a little bit that time, but regathered himself in a nice finish. 45-34. Under 14 left to go in this one. Wiggering got bumped, looking for a call between Wrestler and Ewing. No call, as McKenzie will come back in for Coach Mitchell in his 10th season. Wrestler comes out. Quillen going to have a seat. Mims in and also coming back in. He gave him some nice minutes in the first half. Senior Devin Janey gets the ball on the inbounds. Now gets it back to Dykhouse. Agakeza on him. Backdoor cut, knocked away. I think Overway got a piece of it. Body's hitting the deck. And what do we have? Tie ball situation. Possession arrow going to stay with Hope on the far end. 3 seconds though, partner, left. They didn't reset the shot clock, so it's going to be a quick possession here for Hope.
And maybe look to get a back screen, rescreen, either for a pop out three or maybe a lob up top.
Mims set a screen in the paint, now trying to come off it, nothing there, and hold going to be called against Trip Remersma.
That's a tough one, especially with 3 seconds.
He went flying on his back, but yet got the foul.
And he was just trying to fight through the screen. And,
right.
I mean, I don't think it was a no call. That's just a tough basketball play.
Great camera angle there from underneath the basket as now we go back to the up above shot. TJ McKenzie in there with the headband. That's Mims, who gave it up. Now here's Dykhouse. Wheeling and dealing left wing. Gets a step on Agakeza, trying to finish on the right side. Rolls off the front of the rim. Overway had the rebound. And now Greg Mitchell saying, wait a minute, my guy came and tied him up. They're going to get Chaney for the foul.
I thought it could have been a foul on Agakeza on Dykhouse there, but didn't see one on that tie-up.
Right.
I thought that was a jump ball.
Tight one to officiate. We saw it get pretty physical in the first go-around at Calvin. 45-34. Coach Saul calling out the play to our left. See him walking down the sideline there. Agakeza to Trip Remersma. Getting a lot of minutes here tonight. As Drew mentioned, we didn't see him in game one. Out front with Ewing. Ewing has it top of the key. Shot clock down to 5. They're counting it down. Ewing at the free throw line needs some help. Remersma got to go. Runner, no, off the window. Overway, big paw on it, and he was grabbed. Good work by Jalen, who, you're right, they needed this to happen, but he's starting to come alive here in the second half.
He is, and this is the time to go to work. Gabe Quillen on the bench and some undersized guys. Nice job by Jalen on the inside, going after that offensive board. I'd go right inside. Here comes Gabe Quillen.
Yeah, short breather. Chaney going to go out just to buy him a couple minutes. Overway still, though, only 5 points on the night, way under his average of 21 per game coming in. He's done other things, though. Good passer. Pretty solid with his rebounds. Now trying to take it against Quillen. Backing his way down. Goes up strong. Shot blocked. And what do they have? They're going to say a jump ball on the block. It will stay with Calvin to our left.
I think it was the right call, but I think even Overway attack the basket, but then get him on your backside and kind of back him down. He's got such a nice soft touch with that jump hook instead of meeting him at the rim. Use those wide shoulders to get up and over Quillen.
Lob it in to Overway, right elbow to Bolt. Offset left, back to Overway. They clear out for him, trying to back his way down. Fadeaway jumpers. The shot clock was down to 1. Had to force an air ball. Good defense by Hope. TJ McKenzie has it.
Yeah, you said it. Great defense and just keeping them out of rhythm. Not even sure they knew what the shot clock was. He kind of looked up and had to shoot an off-balance shot.
Warman now feeds Mims, right elbow. They are going to attack Mims' defender. See a mismatch there, but Mims fadeaway jumper. I'm sure that's not what Greg Mitchell wanted. Go to the basket that time, as he was matched up with junior Dane Harvey. And that'll get us to the under 12 timeout. Still a lot of basketball to be played, partner. 11:54 left to go here in the second half for DeVos Fieldhouse. Our score, Hope 45, Calvin 34. You're listening and watching to it on this Saturday night right here on the Hope Sports Network. Drew, you and I were talking during the commercial break, and I think you're absolutely right in the fact that very similar to game one, except just the teams have flipped roles here. I mean, Hope playing well at home. They got the crowd behind them, but as you look up, if you're Calvin and they got a big student section here, you're only down 11. Could it be who has the next big run?
Right, and their key guy, Jalen Overway, only 5 points. So if they get him going here these last 12 minutes, they're right in this game with knocked down a couple threes, couple stops on the defensive end, even without playing their best.
Strong drive that time. Trevin Winkle on a Northern Michigan Christian up in McBain. Gets the body foul against TJ McKenzie. Here's another guy. It's been kind of awful quiet with his offensive game, McKenzie, who can explode. I think the next big run is going to be real big in this game. Get it about to that halfway point of the second half, around and out all the way. That was a 360 spin out by Winkle on that first free throw.
Kelvin struggled from the free throw line. I mean, they've left a lot of points out there.
Second one's good. 1 of 2. Warman with 11. Wigerink with 12 to help lead the way for Hope. Quillen has it now. Left block, banging his way down and coming over. Didn't pay enough attention to Marcus Bolt with the steal. Stripped him. Crossover, Bolt in the paint with Wigerink. Trying to step through, get the shot off. Fadeaway jumper, no. Good defense by Tanner Wigerink.
Yeah, that's just a really tough shot, right? And Coach Saul not happy with that, right? No passes in the half court. Just one-on-one brings it up with a turnaround off-balance shot. You're trying to get back in this game. Those are low percentage shots that aren't going to do it.
Wigerink trying to post up Bolt. Does towards the baseline. Nice kick opposite Warman. Warman's been kind of quiet here in the second half. Gets to the paint, but can't free himself against Scott, who's 6'3". Now Mims between the legs has kind of forced that one up. Good defense. Rebound, Quillen, kick out. McKenzie! Right in front of the deuce section.
And that's the guy that can do it. Kind of comes in off the bench for Coach Mitchell. That Vinnie Johnson, the microwave, can heat it up. And he is not bashful. He's going to get him up when he gets on the floor.
Got a nice stroke, and that looked good when it left his hand. Now Scott up strong. Quillen challenged. Way off the mark. Rebound McKenzie. Is he going to feel it again? Looks over to Coach Mitchell. He's saying, let's take a little motion here. Warman, strong drive with the left hand. Elevates and puts it up and in.
Just a straight line drive. Not a lot of resistance. And the freshman having a tough time. And Warman right to the basket.
When we talk about the next run, roof's coming off this place as they're on their feet. 10-11 left to go. We'll keep it right here. 50-35, 30-second timeout. But the lead, just like that, couple of buckets, has grown to 15.
Yeah, you talk. It's been hovering around that 10 points for a while now, and created some more breathing room and see if they can build off this lead. If you're Kelvin, good timeout by Coach Saul. Got to get back to your half-court offense where you're getting the ball into Overway. Some bad shots, 2 bad shots there without sharing the basketball. Just plays right into the hands of Hope. Leads to transition buckets on the other end. That quick, the game can get out of reach.
Deuce section going nuts. They got it all fired up here. Great venue. What a great Saturday. If you love college hoops like we do, partner. Great game. The women, again, Hope and Coach Morehouse. Fastest folks ever to 700 wins as a college coach. Men or women, Division I, II, or III. He got another big one today, and he knew it over his rival. On the road, 60-57, Hope over the Calvin women. And then here tonight, I don't want to say this is like the dessert or the extra part of the Sunday, but man, when we first saw this schedule, like, how are we going to be able to make this work? You got to go to both different campuses, but I think a lot of people did because the basketball is that good, and we haven't been disappointed.
Yeah, we had a great crowd at Calvin University, and I was really impressed with Coach Christian's team. You know, they were young. A couple of their starters were out, but they battled that entire game, and they had a chance with the basketball with, I believe, 7 seconds left to tie it with a 3, and just couldn't get a shot off. But tremendous effort, and Coach Morehouse was happy to escape with a win.
We saw Coach Mitchell. He said, you guys had a busy day, as we were wishing him good luck before the game. And then Coach Saul, he had a busy day too because his twin daughters Two outstanding freshmen on the Calvin women's team. Trying to force it up his overway and got the foul, got bumped as he went up. It was a little late, but I think the correct call was a lot of contact.
Yeah, there we go. We talked about the timeout. Go back into overway. Good things happen, whether he gets fouled or creates opportunities for his teammates. Now he's just got to knock these free throws down. They haven't had a lot of success at the line today.
No, which is uncharacteristic. He's got a nice stroke for a big man, as you'll see here. Only a sophomore, on the way and good. It gives him just 6 on the night, so Hope with that double team has done a great job. Dane Harvey back in the Knights lineup, so it's Wrestler, Bolt, Harvey, Overway, Egakeza. Coach Mitchell countering with Warman, Quillen, Wiggering, Mims, and also McKenzie, as Overway gets them both. Little 1-2-2 full court pressure now by Calvin. Warman just dribbles through it. These are for Quillen trying to step through, and yeah, there's a travel. Oh, wow. Bill Saul.
Nah, not a good call right there. That was, no. I didn't see a ton of contact and definitely dragged the pivot foot.
Yeah, Coach Saul was expecting a turnover there, and I think he got what he wanted, except for a bailout call and the foul. Hope basketball nonetheless. 14 seconds left to go here on the shot clock. We're under 10 left to go in regulation. Two-man game. Wiggering's got it at the free throw line. Pull-up jumper, left it short. Rebound Marcus Bolt. Tucks it, and now he needs some help, looking for a point guard to get it to, but he'll take it across the timeline himself. Overway pushed off the block. McKenzie coming over for the double team. Someone's got to be open. That guy, Dane Harvey, can't knock it down. Oh, almost got on the second try with a bounce, but it popped out. Mims with a rebound.
Yeah, but again, that's all you can ask for. A wide open three at the top of the key. Jalen drew that double team, found his teammate unselfishly, and just got to knock those shots down.
Little Michigan State weave a la Judd Heathcote out front. Now Warman with Quillen. Warman down the lane, can't finish, hits the deck. Mims tries to force it up, and bailout foul there by Luca Wrestler. He's got kind of caught and handed the cookie jar.
Yeah, there's been a couple of those bailouts on the end of the shot clock a few possessions ago as well, but
I think they're going to get Wrestler. That's a tough one.
Those are the plays that make all the difference, right? You're trying to get back in the game, and instead of getting a big stop and going to the other end.
Here's a guy that is yet to score tonight. Uncharacteristic of him, the sophomore Justice Mims. Real good-looking athlete, 6'2", out of Rochester Adams. And after missing that first free throw, still looking for his first point of the night. 50-37, as you can see. Hope by 13. Just over 8.5 left to go in this one. Missed them both. So maybe it was three-point shooting in the first game. It's free throw shooting here on characteristic.
Both teams.
Egakeza off the screen. Strong down the right side of the lane, puts it up and in. Boy, I love to see him just float to the basket.
Yeah, he's been struggling a little bit this year. I mean, he had a breakout season last year and not scoring like he did, but certainly can change a game, especially on the defensive end.
Dykehouse reinserted in the lineup between the rings. Gets in the lane, bounce pass over. Quillen couldn't knock down a little 12-footer on the baseline. Rebound, Remersma.
Yeah, 3 stops in a row now for Kelvin. If they get a shot basket here.
Egakeza, extra pass to Remersma at the top. Dribbles left side. Bolt good looking at 3. That one was kind of a line driver. Rebound. Hovey clears it for Hope. Gets it out to Dykehouse. Boy, a couple of big misses there on both ends, respectively. Quillen missing a little jumper. And a good look by Bolt, but he couldn't finish. Here's Dykehouse, left wing. To Quillen, top of the key, looking for help. Gets it back to Dykehouse. Shot clock down to 5. Now here's Mims. Mims down the lane, hangs the air, gets it across the window. Showing the string side with a 2. Section was Justice Mims.
He just got too big a head of steam right there going down the lane. They play that ball screen a little bit more aggressively at the top of the key.
I think that's there for Hopewell if they clear out more at the top with their guards. Oboy tried the left-handed hook. No, Agakeza! Oh! On the rebound putback attempt, just rolled off the front of the rim.
He's starting to come to life, Agakeza. Some offensive rebounds, some steals.
And that's going to get us to the under 8 median timeout before the free throws. 52-39, Hope by 13 over their rival Calvin. 6:53 left to go in this one. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. You're watching all the action live on this Saturday night here on the Hope Sports Network.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
Fans, as we welcome you back to DeVos Fieldhouse, here's the way our MIAA standings look going into play today. So it doesn't include the games today. Trine at 7-0 at top. Calvin 1 game behind them at 6-1. Hope 2 back of Trine, 1 back of Calvin in 3rd place by themselves at 5-2. Then Elma 3-4, Adrian 3-4, Albion and Kalamazoo at 2-5, and Olivet bringing up the bottom at 0-7. So free throws coming up. We left you from Uchenna Agakeza. First one too strong.
Well, you said it. It was poor three-point shooting in that first matchup. Poor free throw shooting in this one. Calvin now with that last miss, 11 for 21, 50.
Wow. Missed them both. Wow.
50% now on the evening, and Hope not much better, 6 of 13.
Wow. Yeah, just not used to shooting the basketball like that for either one of these teams, especially from the charity stripe. Quillen, extra pass in the corner. Mims doesn't take it. To Dykehouse left wing. Shot clock under 10. They swing it back out to reset. Mims against Agakeza. Wow, look at that move between the legs to free himself. And, I think it was a shot clock violation. Good call by the official. No check, tried the extra pass, but didn't have time for it. Good defense by Calvin. Harvey going to come out. Jordan Scott will come back in. But interesting, not going to run the point here. Marcus Bolt inbounds to Agakeza, who will run the point. Working against the freshman Hovey. This is left wing. That's Scott against Mims. Good matchup there. Scott comes off a screen. Back his man down. Can go up. No check. Pretty good body on him. And now Winko with the left-handed hook. No in the paint. Point blank. Couldn't knock it down. And oh my goodness. Oh boy. I think no check got hit right in the nose. And he is in some serious pain down on the deck.
And maybe holding his tooth.
Oh yeah. It might be his teeth. There was some serious contact there. Now they're going to call out the trainers. But he went down.
That was not good. You see the fans there.
Yeah. We hope he's all right. Robert Nocheck, the senior. Bloomingdale, Illinois. Nice round of applause for both cheering sections. It's a great rivalry, but it's a very friendly rivalry. And I think Nocheck just might head right to the locker room.
Maybe friendly. I don't know.
Well, they want to win.
I've never been a part of it. but I know it means a lot to both of these
Absolutely.
schools and communities for sure. Fantastic turnout, and
they're too deep standing up on the mezzanine to come down to your stands, and they had assigned seats there when we came in early. Names on the seats. You don't want to sit in someone else's seat.
This is a great venue. I mean, everybody's close to the court. Not a bad seat in this place.
Nope. Great camera angles on our live stream tonight. Great job by our camera crew and producers and directors. As Dykhouse is straight from the top. No. Battle for the rebound, trying to go back up. Hovey, the freshman, has played well, but they say no contact enough to call a foul. Just went out of bounds off of him.
And Egekeza again getting those long arms up there with the block up top, and then went out of bounds.
Approaching 5.5 left to go in this one. We've hit it 52-39. Low scoring affair, but 13-point lead nonetheless for the homestanding Flying Dutchman. Here's Overway with Quillen. Here comes Wigerink over the double team. Throws back out to Scott. Extra pass left side. Reimers, well, this would be a big one. No, looked good, but too long. Bolt with a rebound, and he got grabbed. Justice Mims tried to go up and grab the ball, but Bolt was above him and got his arm. Now, here's the situation, though. As you mentioned with the foul trouble, Hope 10 team fouls, double bonus the rest of the way for Calvin.
And with the way the teams are shooting, though, partner, that might not be the worst defense. I mean, both teams shooting below 50%.
Oh, around and out. Marcus Bolt can't believe it. He wasn't sure if there was 2 fouls there, so he came flying down from the free throw line trying to get the rebound.
You don't see that too often.
No.
At this stage of the game, both teams with as many free throws as they've shot to both be below 50%.
We've had a lot of them with the weird spin where they go around and then out too, like that one was. Second one good, so he splits the pair, 52-40. Full court pressure now. 2-2-1 full court trap by Calvin. They get in the middle. Nice job, Hope to Wigerink. Hovey flying down the left side of the lane. Cut off by Overway, and they have the ball reversal it out top. Still plenty of time on the shot clock after beating the pressure.
And I think you want to be aggressive. If you have the opportunity, you have the numbers. If you're Hope, you can beat that trap. Take the easy 2. If not, pull it out, run some clock, and force Kelvin to defend.
2-3 matchup zone has thrown Hope off. Warman, no, just beat the shot clock. Rebound cleared by Reimers.
Yeah, it has thrown them off. They've shot a couple NBA range threes at the end of the shot clock.
Here's Overweight, big fella. Can he take over this game now? Quillen's done a nice job. Spins on a baseline, goes up. Quillen, shot blocked from the top that time by Gabe. The crowd loves it. Good recovery, and 30-second timeout now by Hope.
Just a frustrating night right now for Overway. Can't get much going. Obviously, it was going to be the focal point and at the top of the scouting report, but credit Gabe Quillen doing a nice job on the interior with the defense.
At 4:19, they're going to take this as the media timeout, so we'll step aside as well. It's a 12-point game. Hope 52, Calvin 40. 4:19 left to go from DeVos Fieldhouse. We'll come back with more after this on the Hope Sports Network. What a Saturday it's been with the Rivalry Series. Glad to bring it to you on first the Calvin Sports Network, now with the men's game on the Hope Sports Network. And thanks again to all our crews. Brett Paquito along with Drew Neitzel. Special thanks to both sports information directors. Have a long day, both directing and helping us with our broadcast here tonight. Alan Babbitt for Hope, and then right below us, Jeff Phoebus helping us out with the women's game earlier and then making the drive over. It's been a lot of fun, partner, but not done yet. Something tells me there's one more run. Who's it going to be? 52-40. Hope leading by a dozen.
Calvin has to get stops. It starts on the defensive end. Being down 12 with just 4 minutes to play. Can't afford to give up too many baskets, and then they're going to have to turn the pressure up. They're going to have to get some steals, easy ones in transition, if they want to get back in this game.
Wegerink fouled out of the first meeting, and foul trouble really kind of took him out of being aggressive in that first game. It was a loss. Calvin gets it back now from Dykehouse. Can't bury the three, but Hovey tried to tap it out too strong, and it went right into the first row. It'll go to Calvin. Knights need to take advantage of every opportunity and stop they get here, converting on the offensive end. Stay with us for final stats and more. Plus, we'll talk to the winning coach and a player from the winning side coming up in our post-game coverage here once we reach triple zeros in this one. Wrestler back of the game. Looks up at the shot clock. It's at 8, at 7. Overway trying to bang his way down. Spins against Quillen. Triple team. Tries to muscle it up. No. And a shot clock violation again. Boy, to me, that has been the story of the game. They have basically frustrated Jalen Overway. Just 7 points in the night.
They have, yeah, but that was a triple team, right? And,
yeah.
You know, when they get him the ball with 7 seconds on the shot clock, he has nothing else to do but force it up through the triple team. But they had him on the block early on that cross screen, and they just missed him. Got to hit him that split second when he's open. He can go right up with 2 feet in the paint.
Dykehouse has it now. Left wing crosses over against Remersma. Nowhere to go. A couple of Zeeland East products. Oh, nice screen that time, and around his man, Hovey, the freshman with a finish. Nice move with a dribble drive by the 6'5" product out of Hart. Now trying to spin that one. It was Wrestler on the attack. No. Rebound Hope. Here comes Dykehouse. Trying to maybe take a little air out of this possession. Up 14, 54-40. Trying to split another regular season series after losing 10 days ago at Calvin by 8, 69-61. Remember, they're playing for seeding position too, as well as the MIAA conference crown, as Warman pull-up jumper around and out. Hovey almost a steal there. Crowd loves the action from the freshman, even though they're both looking up at Trine being a number 2 seed or maybe a number 3 seed, depending on how you finish the regular season for the tournament, is big as well.
Yeah, it's going to be tough now. Obviously, Trine, if Hope goes on to win this game, which it looks like they're going to do, Trine will have a 2-game lead.
Yeah.
Already halfway through the conference slate.
To your point, Drew, 16-2. The Knights coming in ranked number 4 in the country. So this will be a huge win for Hope, let alone 6-1 in MIAA play. Hope at 5-2, 13-5 overall. 2:31 left to go. Just a 30-second timeout taken here. 54-40. And taking a look at who we might talk to post-game. Marcus Warman has played well.
Yeah, Gabe Quillen. I mean, obviously there's been double and triple teams, but he's held down the forward on the inside against Jalen Overway and maybe taking a little personal, right?
Right. No, I think Gabe's played a heck of a game.
Wants to say, hey, I'm one of the best big men in this conference, and trying to show out.
Good local matchup there too. You look at, oh, nice step and still. Look at Hovey, the freshman. He's doing all little things. Look at the crowd, they love it. Standing ovation for Parker Hovey. Welcome to Hope College, young man. Former Hart Pirate. He's got a smile on his face as Coach Mitchell drew the foul after the steal, so he walks to the other end and could be rewarded with some free throws here. I remember talking to Coach Mitchell on the recruiting trail at some of our high school games, and he said, "Have you seen the kid out of Hart?" Really liked him. Don't get up that way too much. Yeah.
He is solid body on the inside. Good looking shot. Physical.
Looks like the type of kid who's a gym rat too, just loves to play basketball. Missed a second. Scott quickly back the other way. Quick hands, and Warman knocks it out. It'll stay with Calvin. 55-40. Boy, what a tough week if this holds for Calvin, losing at home to Trine and then on the road here to Hope College. It's been a grind for all these teams, though, because all three of those teams are taking each other on.
Right, and now Hope, I think they have Trine coming up here maybe the next game.
Yeah. Scott's triple from the left wing right in front of us. No. High Karam hit the top of the backboard and went over, so off at Calvin will be Hope basketball. 2:07 left to go on this one. Full court pressure by Calvin, but Hope just trying to ice it with a few possessions here. Finish with a bucket and take time off the clock. Dykehouse hit hard, went down as he crossed the timeline. Now he gets it back. And you can hear the Duke crew and the orange and blue faithful starting to come to life. Team has played well.
And they really missed the scoring of Owen Varnado. I mean,
yes.
Just 40 points. Got to be a season low.
Dykehouse, strong move. Couldn't finish. Follow up and good. And that's what he does the best right there is Gabe Quillen. Offensive rebound and put back. He's feeling it, number 33. I get Keza with a runner, no. Look at Quillen, emphatic with a rebound. And Hope will walk it up. Want the fans to come to life. 57-40. Dykehouse to Wiggering. Big victory for Greg Mitchell and Hope College at home.
It is, and maybe a little redemption after what happened on this floor last year with Kelvin coming in here and putting up a really good performance. So I think this is going to feel extra sweet in front of the home fans.
Crowd wanted that three to drop. Just too long. Wiggering's been a little long in the second half. Trying to answer. Winkle, no. Rebound, Hovey. Final 40 seconds coming up. Stay with us for post-game reaction. I'll be down courtside with Greg Mitchell. And a guy who's got a big smile on his face, the sophomore, number 2, Marcus Foreman. What a game out of East Lansing. 57-40. Shot clock down to 8. Dykehouse, left-handed scoop, puts it up and in. 59-40. Nice finish for Dykehouse. He's got 9 on the night now. You hear the Duke crew with the serenade. Marcus Bolt knocks down the short jumper, stops the clock with 2.7 seconds left. Hope will inbounds, and that'll do it. 59-42. Greg Mitchell, the Flying Dutchman, get it done at home to split the regular season series over their rival Calvin University tonight.
Yeah, just a stellar performance, start to finish, dominating, took out the best player for Calvin right from the start. They knew they were going to be up against it, Calvin, without their second leading scorer, Owen Varnado, but can't take anything away from the performance by the Flying Dutchman.
You look at the numbers, too. Pretty balanced scoring there for Hope, which is what they needed. You mentioned Varnado was playing really well at a career-high, tying 21 points on Wednesday night that lost to Trine. And with his size and athleticism, he certainly would have helped with some of the matchups tonight. Not making any excuses. You got to go out and play above that and win the basketball game. But Hope much more balanced, as I thought Calvin was 10 days ago on their home floor.
Yeah, two different teams, right? I mean, they obviously make some adjustments as the coaching staff, but Hope looked like a completely different team, as well as Kelvin, in not such a good way. But these teams will bounce back. There's still a lot of games to play, and anything can happen.
Well, partner, a lot of fun with our doubleheader. Thank you so much. Great job as always. And we're going to take a time out, and then we're going to head down courtside. You can hear the Duke crew. They'll probably be behind us as we'll talk to head coach Greg Mitchell and also Marcus Warman, sophomore point guard on this Hope victory. Again, your final score here tonight at DeVos Fieldhouse. Hope 59, Calvin 42 on the men's side here on the Hope Sports Network. Yes.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone, and nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. It is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth, by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity for all, by serving with anchored conviction, using our collective gifts to offer this world what it needs most. Hope. Not simply hope as a desire, but hope as a way of being. Because hope has changed the way we see the world, and hope drives us to change the way the world is. Because hope shapes our calling. Because hope inspires our dreams. Because hope empowers our talents. Because hope frees us to try. Because hope transforms what we believe, transforms how we act, transforms who we are. At Hope College, we know this life-altering grace is a gift we have all been given, and it is the greatest gift we can offer the world. Hope transforms.
Welcome back to a rockin' DeVos Fieldhouse at Why Not Hope College against their rival Calvin University. A team they lost to just 10 days ago comes back. It's a big victory, 59-42. Our player of the game for the Flying Dutchman, joining me, Marcus Moorman, sophomore point guard at East Lansing High School. It didn't take you long to get familiar with this rivalry, even going back to last year, your freshman year. How big does it feel to get a victory like this, especially after those guys beat you just 10 days ago?
Yeah. I mean, last week of practice, we've really just been on the emphasis of getting off to a good start. I believe Calvin came out on a 10-2 run at the beginning of the game out at Calvin, so that was our biggest thing. I think we started off 9-0, and that's always been our biggest thing in the last couple of weeks. We've been starting off too slow. So having a crowd like this and then playing real terrible last year here, we really had to make sure we came out ready to play. So
I thought from your game in game one to this game, and did Coach talk to you and Clayton Dykehouse about it? I thought you guys attacked more. Like, hey, take the basketball to the basket, especially off the dribble.
Yeah. Me and Clay are real dynamic guards, and the one thing that I believe we have over Calvin is our speed, and I believe we really did play very slow last game, so that was the main focus of us pushing it and trying to get it out into open space so that we can help out and we can push it out to other players.
I loved when I was showing him the stat sheet, he went right to the turnovers. He didn't care about 13 points to lead your team. He said, hey, 0 turnovers. As a team, you only had 6. How big was that?
That's very big. The one thing we need to always make sure we're working on is not turning the ball over. That's giving possessions to the opposer. So as long as I'm taking care of the ball and I'm the main point guard and Clay, as long as we're taking care of the ball, I believe we're going to have a good chance to win.
How big is it momentum-wise for you guys now with the conference tournament coming up?
Oh, it's very big. I mean, the run is us, Calvin, and Trine. So we just got this out the way. Now we got to prep for Trine on Wednesday. So we're excited.
Enjoy, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right, a lot of people want to talk to you, Marcus Mormon. Let's bring Greg Mitchell, your head coach, in. He's already coaching over there. Come on in, coach. So, Marcus, I'm going to have you hand the headset to Coach Mitchell real quick. Congratulations, Marcus. This guy was big, but I also, from game 1 just 10 days ago, what I was talking about was, did you and your coaching staff emphasize with him and Clayton Dykehouse with their athletic talent, taking the basketball to the basket? I thought that was a big difference for you guys.
It was. I mean, we have some elite guards with their speed and quickness, and at their place, I don't think we moved very well. The ball didn't move. We were stagnant, and so our focus was moving them and then trying to go north and south. We got to earn it with east-west, and then we have a couple guys that can go north-south. And I thought Marcus made some finishing plays too. I mean, you got to finish. Yep. And I thought he made some real big-time shots, especially first half.
Defensively, before we get into points in the paint, I thought your unsung hero, love this kid, number 33, Gabe Quinlan. I thought he did a masterful job on Jalen Overway, but his teammates helping out. I know that's what you guys try to do by design, to give Jalen to get the ball and give it up, but he was great tonight, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, we have so much respect for Jalen. He's, I mean, arguably the best center in the country, and I'm not trading mine, but I know how much harder we have to work at times just to maintain a wall, and it's corporate. We thought Gabe did a much better job, and then Devin came in and did it for about 5 minutes of making it harder for him to find his spots, because once he finds his spots, it's over. And we did a good job of helping and scrambling, and it wasn't a game for the offensive focused fan. It was going to be a little bit ugly, and that's okay, because we like to guard hard, and if we have to win a rock fight, we'll win a rock fight, I guess. But just real happy to get the win.
It's funny, finally, when we look at stat sheets in the media and coaches and players look at it, there's always different things that pop out. Marcus said, hey, 0 turnovers was the first thing. He said, Coach will be happy about that. I showed you, I mean, points in the paint. To outscore a team like that, 20-plus points in the paint, marvelous job, and I thought you guys moved the basketball well.
Well, that helped. We got a little stagnant in the second half. I think those buckets came a little bit more difficult, but I think you're right. Getting to the rim, it's not always a back to the basket move. It's creating space, finding those double gaps, and finishing plays at the rim. And you mentioned Gabe. I got to mention Parker Hovey too. I just thought he emulated this kind of a game. He's a hard hat kid, brings his lunch pail and just makes the little tough plays. And I thought he made some big ones for us. And good to see a freshman rise up in that environment.
I was going to say he gained a lot of fans tonight. The Orange and Blue standing ovation on a defensive play, and then he got fouled after he got the ball.
Yep. I think they recognize that those are the kind of plays that lead to wins, and it's great when players like that are recognized, and I think he kind of embodied us tonight. But good team effort. Thrilled to get the win, and just proud of the team.
And lastly, Coach, I know you got to get off to the press conference, but what does this mean? I asked Marcus this too. What does this mean for you with Trine coming up still in regular season play? You guys are the big three with Calvin in the mix too, as far as the MIAA conference tournament and obviously the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's hard to even think about that stuff. We were here last year where we struggled a little bit in the first half, and we just had to right the ship and just focus on us. I mean, Trine's amazing, Calvin's amazing, the rest of the league will battle, so we just have to worry about us. The guys in the mirror matter, and I thought our guys played the way they needed to play tonight at both ends of the floor, and they should be really, really proud of maintaining that focus. So, we'll get ready for Trine, but we're going to enjoy tonight for sure.
Enjoy this with the kids, the grandkids, everybody, right?
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys.
Greg Mitchell, Hope College, 59-42. They get the win tonight here at DeVos Fieldhouse. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thanks to our entire crew, our directors, our videographers, everyone is a part of it. We enjoyed it. That wraps up our coverage of the Rivalry Series this season, as once again, Hope College on the men's side wins it over Calvin University by a final of 59-42. Have a great night, everybody.